Okay. Oh, just a second. Okay, bruh. Fuck. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? My hair is a bit shit because I just took a shower. So yeah, looks whack as hell. Anyways, today's lessons. Actually, before I begin today's lessons, one of my friends asked me what he should do regarding one matter that's been bothering him. So basically, today on online class, I'm gonna make the story short. So basically, on today's class, he was provoked by some girls because he didn't know the answer. So, anyways, he wanted me to give him some advice, opinion, and I tried to not give him advice and opinion. I tried to give him. I tried to, like somehow. I tried to ask him questions so that he could get the answer himself. Because I was trying to be like a therapist basically, and because that's something that I'm interested in. So I just try to work. I just try to talk with my friend as a therapist because I wanted to see how that would go, if that's something that would interest me, and it went. I mean, in my opinion, it went okay. Of course, I'm not an official therapist. It was more just to experiment, to test myself. But anyways, I'm just gonna read what his father actually said, and it's pretty interesting. And I mean, his father has a point. So my friend was pretty. He was pretty distressed. I mean, he didn't like how the the girls treated him because they mocked him, and he doesn't want to be disrespected. I mean, that makes sense. So his father said this. He said that he should mind his own business, and that the only and best way for a comeback is that he studies more and to gain more results, to gain better results. And that, as he said, that's a very stoic response, and I agree totally with his father. Just that I really didn't want to give him any advice, because if I give him any advice, that would seem like I'm smarter than he is. That may be true, that may be not true. It doesn't really matter. I basically just wanted to, you know, uh, help him through just questioning his actions, through questioning his motives and thoughts. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue reading this book. So, The Secret of Socrates. This is what I was waiting for. This is what the fuck I was waiting for. I actually wanted to talk about this fucking topic. So, The Secret of Socrates, okay? In talking with people, don't begin by discussing the things on which you differ. So, don't begin by talking with people by saying what you don't agree with. Begin by empathizing, and keep on empathizing the things on which you agree on. Yeah. Okay. Keep emphasizing, if possible, that you are both striving for the same end, and that your only difference is one of method and not of purpose. Get the other person saying yes, yes at the outset. Keep your opponent, if possible, from saying no. A no response is the most difficult handicap to overcome. When you have said no, your pride of personality demands that you remain consistent with yourself. You may later feel that the no was ill-advised. Nevertheless, there is your precious pride to consider. Once having said a thing, you feel you must stick to it. Hence, is of very greatest importance that a person be started in the affirmative direction. So, start by finding a common ground. By by not criticizing what he thinks. Start by talking about what you actually agree on, so that you have some basis, and basically start with the affirmative direction. You know, instead of, because if he says no, you're fucked. You're basically fucked, because if he says no, then or what? Fuck. Okay, that's an emoji. Okay, fuck you, man. Okay, okay. I'm gonna continue. The skillful speaker gets at the outset a number of yes responses. This sets the psychological process of the listeners moving in the affirmative direction. When a person says no, it really means it. He or she is doing far more than saying a word of two letters. The whole neuromuscular system sets itself on guard against acceptance. So when a person says no, your whole system goes in the defensive mode. By that, I mean that it will be very hard to get that person on your side of the spectrum. So when on the contrary, a person says yes, none of the withdrawal activates that place. It is a very simple technique. It often seems as if people get a sense of their own importance by antagonizing others at the outset. Yo, what's up, Monokuma? Oh shit. Okay, what's up, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. I have to come on Discord to talk to you, man. And anyways, I found that by getting him to say by a person, I found that by getting somebody to say yes, yes instead of a no, no from the outset, he forgot the issue at stake and was happy to do all the things. No, don't start a discussion by points that you think that you disagree. Try to find some common ground and try to make the other person say yes instead of a no. You know, so you should first start by agreeing with that person instead of disagreeing, because that will make things much easier. Because in my life, I have experienced that I started discussions with my friends, and we said, we started a discussion by immediately saying no and immediately stating the facts, and then in the end, we actually realized, hey man, Masluna, yeah, I know the fucking better. But anyways, we started the discussion by immediately fighting against each other with facts, and in the end, we realized that like 70% of the things that we actually thought that we disagree on, we actually agreed on. So start by agreeing with the person. Start by finding the path to which you agree on. Because in most cases you will agree on certain things. So it took me years and cost countless thousands of dollars in lost business, because I finally learned that it doesn't pay to argue, that it is much more profitable and much more interesting to look at things from the other person's viewpoint and try to get that person saying yes, yes. Socrates' method. So his method was based upon getting a yes, yes response. He asked questions with which his opponent would have to agree. He kept on winning one admission after another until he had an armful of yes, yes. He kept on asking questions until finally, almost without realizing it, his opponent found themselves embracing a conclusion they would have barely denied a few minutes previously. The next time we are tempted to tell someone he or she is wrong, let's remember old Socrates and ask a gentle question, a question that will get the yes, yes response. He who treads softly goes far. So the principle is to get the other person saying yes, yes. Is the book yours? Yeah, man. It's my book. Once again, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a very good book. again, for the people that just entered this stream that never watched this live stream, I'm not reading the whole book. I'm just reading the most important things. So if you want to get most out of this book, I recommend you buy this book, of course, to support the man. And you should read the whole book, because I'm not reading the stories. Most of the stories I'm not reading because they're like 2-3 pages long. So I'm just reading the basic things that I thought were the most important. So next time I read this book, because this is not my first time reading it, so things that are the most important, because I already know the stories. By the way, I hope you like my mug. It's a fucking Spider-Man mug. Yeah. It's fucking epic. Okay. The next principle is the safety value in handling compliments, and the principle of this chapter is let the other person do a great deal of talking. This is something we already talked about. It's very important to let the other person speak his mind. You do 20% of the talking, and they do 80% of the talking. Hi, cunt. Nice name, man. Hi, guys. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, and I hope you're having a good day. So, I'm gonna start this. Chapter. Anyways, most people trying to win others today way of thinking do too much talking themselves. Let the other person talk themselves out. They know more about their business and problems than you do. So ask them questions. Let them tell you a few things. If you disagree with them, you may be tempted to interrupt, but don't. It is dangerous. They won't pay attention to you while they still have a lot of ideas of their own, crying for expression. So listen patiently and with an open mind. Be sincere about it. Encourage them to express their ideas fully. Letting the other person do the talking helps in family situations as well in business. Okay, I marked this as how to raise a child. Okay, very interesting. I may read this, this one woman, Barbara, relationship with her daughter was deteriorating. Laura, so the daughter, who had been a quiet, complacent child, has grown into an uncooperative, sometimes belligerent teenager. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So her mom lectured her, threatened her, and punished her, but of course that all didn't work. One day, so basically, instead of condemning her, instead of criticizing her, instead of trying to fix her, the mom sat down with her daughter and asked questions. The mother, let the daughter talk, and because the mother was worried about the daughter, so instead of like condemning her, instead of punishing her, she tried to put herself in her shoes, then let her do the talking and let her explain herself why she was acting that way. So that's the basic of this story. Because I had been a good listener, let one guy do most of the talking, he was able to weigh down both sides fairly in his mind. Okay, fuck this. Okay, La Rocher. Okay, some French philosopher. I cannot pronounce his name. La Rochefoucauld. Okay, he said, "If you want enemies, excel your friends. But if you want friends, let your friends excel you." Why is that true? Because when our friends excel us, they feel important. But when we excel them, they, or at least some of them, will feel inferior and envious. Excel means like to go another level beyond. From, for example, an employee to a manager. So he said, if you want enemies, excel your friends. If you want enemies, become better than your friends. By better, I mean by gaining a higher rank in the society. Shit. Okay, there's connection is unstable. Shit. Okay, I hope you can all hear me. Okay, so why is that true? Because when our friends excel us, they feel important. But when we excel them, they, or at least some of them, will feel inferior and envious. Okay, so this one woman on her job, in her workplace, didn't have a single friend among her colleagues because every day she would brag about the placement she had made because she was better. She was trying to prove to others that she was better than others. So the principle for this is let the other person do a great deal of talking. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask away. I think there's nobody watching at the moment. There's one person watching. If you have any questions, just ask away, But okay, I'm gonna continue then if there's no questions or whatever. Don't you have okay? So this is how to get cooperation. Don't you have much more faith in ideas than you discover for yourself than in ideas that are handed to you on a silver platter? If so, isn't it bad judgment? Okay. Okay, so this one guy, a salesman, realized what he failed to sell, and he realized that he urged the buyer to buy what he thought he ought to have. And then he changed the approach completely. He urged him to give him his ideas. So I urged him to give me his ideas. Oh, sorry. You have to plant things in other people's minds, even though he will, in the end, he will come to the same. Put it himself behind them. Thus, though he's placed to be above men, they do not feel his weight. Though he's placed to be before them, they do not count in any injuries. Basically, he is like, for example, he is like a king. He rules over them, but they do not feel his weight because he doesn't. He's not a tyrant. He's smart about his principles. So the principle for this chapter is let the other person feel that the idea he is his or hers. Okay, and I could read. Yeah, I'm gonna read one more. Okay, there's no people, and I think I know why there's no people watching at the moment. It's probably because the stream, the connection is kind of shit. I'm sorry if the connection is shit. I don't know how to fix it really because the video quality is already kind of shit. So the only problem could be with the internet, but I cannot really fix that. So let's continue. A formula that will work wonders for you. Remember that other people may be totally wrong, but they don't think so. Don't condemn them. So even though people are wrong, like in most cases, they don't think they're wrong. So don't condemn them. Any fool can do that. Any fool can criticize and condemn. Try to understand them. Only wise, tolerant, exceptional people even try to do that. There is a reason why the other man thinks and acts as he does. Ferret out that reason, and you have the key to his actions, perhaps to his personality. Try honestly to put yourself in his place. If you say, to yourself, "How would I feel? How would I react if I was in his shoes?" You will save yourself time and irritation. For by becoming interested in the cause, we are less likely to dislike the effect. So basically, the story that I said in the beginning of the stream, that my friend was frustrated by the girls. If I was in his place, I would put myself in his shoes and I would think as the girls are thinking. Like, okay, so if I was that girl, I would make fun of him because I feel like he thinks he's better than us, and this time he made a mistake. So I'm gonna make fun of him so that we can prove to him that he's not better than us. He's the same as us. And he can make mistakes. That's how I would feel if I was, that girl. But anyways, maybe I'm wrong. Stop a minute. Okay, so this is from a book, How to Turn People into Gold by Kenneth Gold. Stop a minute to contrast your keen interest in your own affairs with your mild concern about anything else. Realize then that everybody else in the world feels exactly the same. So stop a minute to contrast your keen interest in your. Okay, so stop a minute. Stop and stop thinking about yourself. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Then, because everybody just thinks on themselves, everybody thinks they're their own heroes in their story. Even the criminals think that they're, heroes in their own stories. Then you will have grasped the only solid foundation for interpersonal relationships, namely that success in dealing with people depends on a sympathetic grasp of the other person's viewpoint. I hope that makes sense. If it does, comment down below if that makes sense. Okay, the result: a happier life for both because he had learned to look at things from her point of view. Okay, so this is about a wife and a husband. Actually, I'm gonna read this. One evening after dinner, his wife said that she wanted to pull some weeds, like grass, and invited him to keep her company. He first declined, but then thought better of it and went out after her and began to help her pull weeds. She was visibly pleased, and together they spent an hour in hard work and pleasant conversation. So basically, the husband thought that what she was doing was meaningless, but you have to put yourself in the other person's shoes before you condemn them. Very important. Okay, so in the book Getting Through to People by Dr. Gerholtz, he said cooperativeness in conversation is achieved when you show that you consider the other person's ideas and feelings as important as your own. Start your conversation by having the other person. Starting the conversation by giving the other person the purpose or direction of your conversation, governing what you say by what you would want to hear if you were the listener, and accepting his or her viewpoint will encourage the listener to have an open mind to your ideas. Why do I feel like I'm yelling? Sorry if I'm yelling. I'm just, I don't know. I'm like that when I read. Maybe I'm just loud. That may be a problem. Okay. Actually, I'm going to eat the banana later. When I finish this chapter, if you have some questions, please ask. If not, just, I don't know, like you can write anything or whatever. Just, I would really like to, it can be any discussion actually. The longest time ever. So, I mean, everybody is, so I'm kind of bored. So talking to people would be great, Okay, what a difference that kind of talk made. It made the boys want to cooperate. No soundness, no resentment. They hadn't been forced to obey orders. They feel, okay, I'm going to skip this tomorrow before asking anybody to put out a fire or buy your product or contribute to your favorite charity, why not pause and close your eyes and try to think the whole thing through from another person's point of view. Ask yourself, why would he or she want to do it? True, this will take time, but it will avoid making enemies and will get better results. And with less friction and less shoe leather. Okay, I would rather walk the sidewalk in front of a person's office for 2 hours before an interview than step into the office without a perfectly clear idea of what I was going to say and what that person, from my knowledge of his or her interests and motives, was likely to answer. Okay, an increased tendency to think always in terms of the other person's point of view and see things from the person's angle as well as your own will benefit you. Anyways, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Okay, so let's just recap what we learned today. I'm gonna read more, but I just want to recap because we went through a lot of things now. So let me just back up. Okay, we went through a lot of shit. Okay, so basically, today's principle, the first principle, get the other person saying yes immediately. Okay, so that's Socrates' principle. Third principle is let the other person do a great deal of talking. So you do the 20%, they do the 80%. Okay. The third principle, let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. So basically, plant a seed in their mind about your idea, and don't let them know that it's your idea, even if they end up with the same idea in the end as you did. Try not to get the credit, because in the end, the most important thing is just to get the results. It doesn't matter who created the system or not. You know, if you were the first to create it, you will be intelligent enough to create another. You know, so it's not about taking. You know, try not to put your ego into this. And the final principle, I think that's the third or fourth. I'm not sure. Fourth, I think. I'm not sure. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read one more. I'm just gonna take a minute break. You can write anything in the fucking comments. Just write anything, you know. I'm open to any discussion, any whatever, you know. We can talk about anything. So just write anything, you know. I was actually thinking of making, you know, I was thinking of making a live stream about religion because me and my friend were talking about it, and with Zorux, if you know him, yeah, Banana Man. So Zorux, if you know him, I made a live stream on my Instagram, and we were talking about law of attraction and other things. He's a bit. I mean, he is a photographer, so we talked about that. We talked about other things, but after the stream, we actually started to talk about deep shit about religion and why is it important? Why people are atheists? Why nobody likes? I mean, almost nobody likes the church. I mean, why other people than Christians and religious people don't like the churches? So that will be a very interesting stream. But I would like to do it with somebody else, like with I mean, with somebody, not alone, because me rambling about fucking religion is kind of boring. So you know, I may I may invite somebody on the stream, you know. So I hope you can hear me how I'm chewing, because that's I mean to me it's cringe to hear somebody eat. Like I fucking hate it. But when I hear somebody like do this, I want to fucking punch them in the face. I don't know why. I just have that you know. I'm just mentally retarded that way, you know. But when I hear somebody, you know, like do this when they eat, like I'm fucking done. Like I most of the times I cannot even eat when they do it. I have to stand up and just move away from that person. And one of my good friends actually does that, and it's fucking annoying. It's annoying as shit. I cannot eat with him. Take Keith, fuck his neighbors up, bro. Now I want to listen to some trap shit. I think I should add some music. What do you think? Should I add some music? I think I should add. Oh shit! My fucking banana. Oh fuck! My banana fell on the floor. No. Oh fuck me, man. Bruh. Should I eat this? No, fuck. I'm not gonna eat this. Bro, my fucking banana fell on the floor. Okay. Anyways, I think I should add some music because I think it would add a bit of character. But I should improve these streams. But it's hard to improve these streams because my internet connection is quite shit. Some friends told me that you know my connection is kind of whack at sometimes. So it's even hard to better the quality. I can actually make better quality of these videos, but because of the internet connection, it won't let me. You know, I think this quality is like 360p. I can go up to 720. Yeah, 720p, but because of the internet, I cannot. So yeah, that's pretty shit. But I could add some music and some shit like that, you know. I'm gonna see. We'll see. We'll see. Will Smith. Okay, what the fuck I'm talking about? Okay, I just smeared some banana on my book. Shit. Okay. Anyways, let's continue on the final principle, final chapter for today. The principle, I mean, the chapter is called "What Everybody Wants," and the principle is be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. So, wouldn't you like to have a magic phrase that would stop arguments, eliminate ill feelings, create a good attitude, and make the other person listen attentively? If yes, this is how we do it. Okay, this is the one phrasing that you use. I don't blame you on one iota. Okay, like I don't blame you for so and so for feeling as you do. If I were you, I would undoubtedly feel just as you do. So basically, you're trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes and trying to sympathize with the other person. So by you saying, I don't blame you for so and so for feeling as you do. If I were you, I would undoubtedly feel just as you do. So basically, you're trying to sympathize with him. You're trying to tell him that you understand his feelings, that you're on his side, that you're not condemning him, you're not criticizing him, and that you were, that you're on his side and shit. Basically, you're sympathizing with him. Okay, I just saw my Yu-Gi-Oh album. I could actually make a live stream after this one about my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That would be a live stream, actually. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay. You're fucking dying now. Okay. You deserve very little credit for being what you are. And remember, the people who come to you irritated, bigoted, unreasoning, bigoted, was bigoted a fucking word back then? I mean, this is a book from like the 90s. Bigoted. Okay. You deserve very little credit for being what you are. And remember, the people who come to you irritated, bigoted, unreasoning deserve very little discredit for being what they are. Feel sorry for the poor devils. Pity them. Sympathize with them. Okay, like this is the thing that I'm talking about. Pity them and sympathize with them. Like, feel sorry for, people who have it bad in their life, who just are fucking dicks, Say to yourself, there, but for the grace of God go I. Okay? 3/4 of the people you will ever meet are hungering and thirsting for sympathy. So most of the people, basically. Give it to them and they will love you. As I read the letter, I said to myself, thank God I'm not married to that woman. What the fuck? What? Okay, this is connected to a story that I'm not gonna read. But I think I underlined because it's funny. Like, thank God I'm not married to that woman. I think that's just fine. What's the letter about? If you can. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna spend time on it. Then I was going to roll up my sleeves and tell her what I really thought, but I didn't. I controlled myself. I realized that any hothead fool could do that, and that most fools would do that. I wanted to be above fools, so I resolved to try to turn her hostility into friendliness. It would be a challenge, a sort of game I could play. I said to myself, after all, if I was she, I would probably feel just as she does. So I determined to sympathize with her viewpoint. Okay, and then there's this big story that I'm not gonna read. So yeah, it is very based. Okay, it is very based. So because I had apologized and sympathized with her viewpoint, she began apologizing and sympathizing with my point of view. Basically, this is the same thing that I was talking about yesterday. If you admit your faults, if you realize that other people are dumb, I mean, maybe not dumb, but in the wrong, and you realize that other people are messed up, you begin, you will begin to sympathize with them and pity them, and then you will use sympathy and, you you will feel sorry for them anyways. So I had the satisfaction of controlling my temper and satisfaction of returning kindness for an instant. Okay, yeah, so you'll be kind. So that's what I was trying to elaborate. Okay, I just skipped like fucking 5 chapters. Shit. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. So, like, there was a problem in the school that one girl had too long nails. So the teacher did know that her fingernails were a thing of beauty and it was a sacrifice to cut them. She implied, "I sympathize with you. I know it won't be easy, but it will pay off in your better musical development." And who would know, like, she cut her fingernails afterwards. One of the first lessons she had learned in dealing with his something in dealing with his temperamental stars was the necessity. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. One of the first lessons he had learned in dealing with his temperamental stars was the necessity for sympathy, and more sympathy with the idiocracies. Dr. Arthur Gates said this in his book Educational Psychology. I should actually buy this book. I should buy the education. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that book probably. But anyways, I have a lot of books now, so I'm not gonna buy any books in anytime soon. He said sympathy, sympathy, the human species, universal sympathy. The what? Wait. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sympathy, the human species universally craves. Okay, so humans crave sympathy. Okay, that's the base of the sentence. Humans crave sympathy. The child eagerly displays his injury, or even inflicts a cut or bruise in order to reap abundant sympathy. For the same purpose, adults show their bruises, relate their accidents, illnesses, especially details of surgical operations. Self-pity for misfortunes. Self-pity for misfortunes. Shit again, but I hope you all can hear me. Read in this book while ago next to this thing. What that like there was a woman and she had a mother, and the woman sympathy and kindness, so she actually started to be ill. So I mean, like, it was more of a placebo. She thought she was ill because then her mother started to take care of her, and after 10 years when her mother died, she just got out of bed and continued her life. So the point of the story is that sympathy, feeling of importance, kindness is one of the things that a person cannot live without. And that's why people in this quarantine are going, I mean, they're not going crazy, but they're going, a bit mental, go crazy, go mental, like that meme. So because people are missing the human contact. Humans need human contact. It's very hard to live without a human contact. I still feel kind of weird from time to time. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I was gonna die a few times. It's fucking weird, but I felt a few times that, like, I literally thought to myself, okay, I most likely will die tonight. I will most likely die in a few hours, and I'm okay with that. It's fucking weird. I know it's fucking weird. It's go crazy, go stupid. Yeah, man, go crazy, go stupid, man. I know it's fucking weird what I'm talking about at the moment, but it's most likely because I hadn't had any meaningful conversations, like one-to-one, in a longest time. In Denmark, I was quarantined for more than a month. Here in Croatia, I came to Croatia. I haven't been here for 4 to 5 months, and instead of going outside and being with my friends, I have to stay quarantined for 2 fucking weeks, and I'm fucking going crazy. I mean, I'm going crazy a bit because the whole day, basically, I work out for half an hour. I read books, I read fucking books, I do these live streams. I think these live streams help me because I feel like I'm talking to somebody, so they probably help me. But and especially because I'm an introvert and I'm an extrovert, so I'm both. You know, I can strive in both places, but this is just too much for me. I literally need to go outside. I like okay. I just need to fucking cool down and think things through, think things through. But still, it's gonna whack a bit, which is not a good sign, of course. But it it will end. I know it will end. So I know things will end soon. So I'm not very stressed about it because I know this all will end. So if I go a bit mental, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna not be mental when I go outside. So those are the principles for fuck. Like all these principles have like 3 pages. Okay, I'm gonna read one more because why the fuck not? An appeal that everybody likes. Okay, the fact is that all people you meet have a high regard for themselves and like to be fine and unselfish in their own estimation. A person usually has 2 reasons for doing this thing: one that sounds good and a real one. So, in order to change people, appeal to the nobler motives. The person himself will think of the real reason. You don't need to emphasize that. Sorry. Okay. I just went like a micro right now. Like, okay. I'm a fucking idiot. My bad. Fucking memes are coming to my mind, so I'm just okay. Let's continue. However, instead of flying off the handle and making a scene, I decided to try other tactics. So I started like this, Mr. O. I said, I have listened to your story, and I still don't believe you intend to move. Years in the renting business have taught me something about human nature, and I sized you up in the first place as being a man of your word. Okay, so this is about a man who didn't want to pay rent. I'm sure of it that you're willing to take the gamble. Okay. Anyways, you get the point. If you're you probably don't actually get the point. But anyways, I'm gonna continue because why change? If you're not satisfied, why not experiment? Again with the fucking microwave shit. Cat in the box. Funny, man. That's very funny. Okay. Six customers or a certain automobile company refused to pay their bills for servicing. None of the customers protested. Entirely okay. Long and I literally cannot read anymore because of my fucking throat. Actually, I'm just lying. I can read, but I really don't want to read this because it's like 2 pages. So I'm just gonna read in short. Experience has taught me. Fuck, not a thought, but taught. So experience has taught me that when no information can be secure about the customer, assume that he or she is sincere, honest, truthful, and willing and anxious to pay the charges once convinced they are correct. To put it differently and perhaps more clearly, people are honest and want to discharge their obligations. I am convinced that the experience that thought me, experience that the thought gave me. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I'm convinced that the individuals who are inclined to chisel will in most cases react favorably if you make them feel that you consider them honest, upright, and fair. That you consider them honest, upright, and fair. Appeal to the nobler motives. Fuck. Okay. So tomorrow's lesson will be the movies do it, the TV does it. Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Basically, dramatize your idea. So today's principles were so how to win people to your way of thinking. The only way to get the best out of an argument is to avoid it. Show respect for the other person's opinion. Never say you're wrong. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and empathetically. Begin in a friendly way. Get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Let the other person do a great deal of talking. Let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. Try honestly to see things from their point of view. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires, and appeal to the nobler motives. And tomorrow's principles will be dramatize your ideas, throw down a challenge. And again, and I'm gonna continue to part 4, which is be a leader. How to change people without giving offense and arousing resentment. So this is basically about when you have to criticize them, when somebody really does something dumb, or when you just have to criticize them, how to criticize. And basically how to criticize. It looks fucking shit, but I'm just trying some new style. I have to grow my hair up until here because it's gonna be something interesting that nobody else has, I think. So anyways, I think they look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, guys. We have already almost finished the entire book. We basically have we have 2 more chapters, so 10 minutes basically, and then how to be a leader, how to criticize without condemning, and that will be most likely be 2-3 live streams, and then this book done, and then we can move on this book. No, I'm joking. This is just a fantasy book. We're not gonna read this shit. It's good shit though. I'm gonna read this most likely afterwards. I stopped my reading at the moment. I'm like 2/3. I'm 2/3, past. But anyways, because I'm not reading this book, I'm reading both books at the same time. But this book is about meaning of life, basically. So I'm gonna read this book after this book, or maybe the fucking wait. I forgot the name. This book, the James Allen is a Man Thinking. It has like 2 pages. Very funny. Love him or hate him. Love him or hate him. Why the fuck is my English weird? Fuck, it's fucking weird today. Love him or hate him, he is spitting facts. Yeah, man, I'm fucking spitting big facts. Big facts. Okay. I'm thinking if I should do a Yu-Gi-Oh live stream. It will be fun. It'll be fun to do a Yu-Gi-Oh live stream. Why not? It's not really related to this channel, but I can show all my cards. It'll be very interesting, Let's see if any of my friends message me about any questions. Okay. I think my room. So yeah, I think that's it for today's live stream. Even though I'm gonna finish this live stream, but I will continue. I actually maybe do a Yu-Gi-Oh showcase on my cards because I have some pretty good cards, and I'm kind of bored at the moment. Or maybe I'm gonna make some pizza because I have to make the dough. Yeah, I have to make pizza dough, and then I have to make pizza. So maybe not today, but some other day, who knows? But anyways, do a separate video on that. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna do a separate. I'm not gonna do it now. I was thinking of doing it like right after this, but I think I'm gonna go after this live stream. Or do some cooking live stream. I don't know. Actually, that's a good idea. But if I'm gonna do a cooking live stream, I'm gonna do it on Instagram, because when I cook, I have to move a lot, and I have to have this so that you can hear me. Because if I don't have these earphones, the sound quality is literally dark shit, so I have to have these headphones. So actually, I could make a live stream at. Man, that's a very good idea. Thank you, Rocco. Thank you, man. Thank you, my friend. I actually could do a live stream at the moment. I mean, not at the moment. I could do a live stream in just a second on Instagram about cooking, about making some dough. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do a live stream on cooking. I have to make some pizza dough or some shit. I don't know. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Arigato. Yeah, arigato. Thank you. Thank you very much. Talk for day. Yeah. Okay, this is a big cringe. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for liking. If you didn't like, you don't have to like. Actually, if you want to like. If you don't want to like, just it's new. It's new to support my channel. I'm depending on you if I die or not, because if you like, I'm gonna get YouTube money. If not, I'm gonna fucking die of starvation. But yeah, it's new. I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyways, very bad jokes. I have very bad jokes. So anyways, subscribe if you like these videos. Support the channel. Also like if you like these videos. Comment down below what you think of okay, Gary V. It's Gary V, man. Anyways, comment down below what you thought of these live streams, what you think of these live streams. If you want to see the live stream on my Instagram, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Maybe in 5 minutes, maybe in 20 minutes. But I'm gonna most likely do cooking, making the dough. So this is my Instagram handle. I think you cannot see it properly because it's it's mirrored. I'm gonna fucking write it in the. Okay, I just wrote it. So Burnic underscore BURNICH_ is my not YouTube, is my Instagram handle. So you can check me there. Follow me if you want. I don't post really often because I realized that Instagram doesn't like my shit. So I stopped really trying. I just post sometimes some silly shit. So anyways, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, see you tomorrow.